Hi there, I'm Diana. This is a really quick one. I wanted to talk quickly about, when we refer to ourselves, well, everybody refers to themselves as I, right? I am going to do this, I'm going to do that, I am Diana, I. And the thing to remember is that, like I become so overworked, and really, our name is just so important. And so, we've almost like made our name, the letters in our name, redundant. And so, what we want to do, it might sound a little bit strange, but really what we want to do is, let me give you an example with my name, Diana. So, I want to go shopping. So, I can say something like, Diana, I'm going shopping, right? Rather than I am going shopping. It's always I. And our name letters are like, they're always in a group, aren't they? Diana. So, they always are in a group. So it's like if you say I'm going shopping, it's almost like leaving them at home, even though no, I myself am Diana, but it's like they never kind of get to work, and that's what they're there for. And so you could say like I Diana or I Diana Armstrong, I'm going shopping, or I Diana, I'm going to mop the floor, or I, Diana, I'm going to do some gardening, or I, Diana Armstrong's going to do some gardening, and so on and so on. But what would be even like great would be for you to pick one particular letter. So, say, for example, if I say ID, right? I, the letter D, ID, I'm going shopping, or I, I'm going shopping, or I'm going shopping, or I'm going wherever, or I've got another A at the end of my name, so I'm going to do some gardening, or I'm going to um, anything, book a flight, book a holiday, I D or I N or I whichever letter I'm going to um, do such and such. And it would be really interesting for you to say, for example, ID, right? ID, I'm going to write a letter to whoever. And then another time you can say like I'm going to write a letter, right? And see how kind of like smooth it goes. Like see what energy comes out of D when you acknowledge D to write this, help you write this letter, or N or any of your other name letters. So you can kind of change it around, right? And like for example, my surname is Armstrong, so I can pick G and I can say I'm going to mop the floor. And then the next day you can say IG, I'm going to mop the floor, and see how you feel, because they all have specific energies around them, and specific like vibrations. So it's sort of like not exactly playing around with energies, but it's like allowing them to give you a hand, if you will, in everyday chores, everyday living. And I started doing that, and it's quite interesting. But I don't want to kind of give you my kind of like examples, because I don't want to influence you before you actually do it. But it is really great fun, because it it does make you kind of feel closer to yourself, and it's really great for people who are on their own, because once these letters start to become activated by us acknowledging them individually, they start to come more alive, and it's like you've got these friends now with you. And sometimes, say for example, like once you activate them by talking to them, say you're a bit tired or something like that, and then you take a rest, and then suddenly it's like one of these letters almost like, I don't know, give you a hug or something, because you suddenly feel like more charged with energy. Does that make sense? But anyway, as I say, it's just a really short one to say to you that wake them up, because all name letters are under lockdown. I mean, I've mentioned this in other videos before, but they're under a lockdown deliberately. And so we never kind of acknowledge our full name unless we actually have to write it on a form or some kind of contract. And that is not really helping us in our everyday lives. So basically, in a nutshell, um, our letters every letter is called a character, and a character is a personality trait, right? So you need to get these personality traits more active and activated to work in your lives. And believe me, it really, really does make such a difference. Because, I've got D, I've got A, I've got N, I've got A, right? And if I don't ever acknowledge them by saying, D, help me with such and such, I'm going to do such and such a task or a chore or whatever, um, then it sort of like makes me less advantaged, and we become more tired because we are like dependent on I all the time, whether or not you have I in your name, but this I, generic I, and you're kind of like forgetting all the other letters of your name. I hope that makes sense, right? But I thought I would just quickly share that with you. Anyway, thanks for popping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.